Dillon Brooks has become one of the most disliked players in the NBA, but that doesn't dismiss the fact that he's one of the best defenders in the league, and due to how many elite scorers and superstars are in the NBA, it is crucial for every team to have a tough lockdown defender, and that's what makes Dillon Brooks one of the most valuable role players in the NBA. He defends all-stars and superstars every single night, and he actually has one of the highest matchup difficulty ratings in the NBA, meaning he defends elite players more than the majority of the other players. Watch how he defends Khris Middleton on this possession. He does an excellent job at shuffling and moving his feet in order to cut off Middleton's driving lane. He absorbs the contact with his chest, and watch how he keeps his right hand in the air to make it hard for him to try to throw a pass. And now watch this possession here. Brooks sees the screen being set and quickly jumps over it. Then he uses his body to hound Middleton without fouling. And then watch as the screen comes. Brooks keeps his left hand on Middleton's hip. This is an excellent defensive possession from Brooks. He made it extremely difficult for Middleton to get a bucket, and that's why he's one of the best defenders in the league. He makes you work for every point. Now let's watch him defend an even better player. Watch how Brooks blows up the screen, basically forcing LeBron to go left. Then watch how he uses his hand to disrupt him, and he forces James right into help defense. Excellent possession. And with Brooks weighing over 220 pounds, he really separates himself from other elite perimeter defenders, and he uses that to his advantage without fouling a lot, which is always great, and his wide defensive stance keeps him centered and on balance, which makes it much harder to get by him due to his strong physical build. And here is an example of him using his size and physicality denying the ball from Stephen Curry, and Brooks' elite defense forced a green three, which is a good thing if you're the Grizzlies.
And his frame looks different, and he'll need every bit of the quickness he's earned, Mark, through changing that body. Yeah, he elects to take a jump shot, and it's getting away from them here.
Curry slammed on the brakes, tried to draw the contact.
Big deal, Mark.
Here's Curry. Brooks all over him. Steph relocates in the three-point territory now.
He's the perfect defender to study. He's mastered the ability to force tough shots by consistently giving second, third, and even fourth efforts, and he has underrated foot speed that allows him to make defensive stops. And he's also the very best off-ball chaser in the NBA, which means there is no other defender in the NBA who can stick to shooters on the perimeter and cutters like he can, and you've already seen how he attached himself to Curry earlier, and that's something he does consistently, and it's one of those things that won't ever get mentioned. Now watch this masterful defensive possession. He easily dodges the screen and sticks to Curry's hip, but watch as soon as Curry passes the ball, Brooks immediately chases and finds Curry yet again. This is amazing awareness and defensive IQ. Everyone knows that Curry is the best off-ball mover in NBA history, so whenever he passes the ball, you still need to have all eyes on him, and that's exactly what Brooks does. And this was one of the clutchest defensive plays of this season. He anticipates Garland's three, and he forces him to pass out of his shot, and then he attached back to Garland and showcases his elite perimeter skills. The amount of effort he brings defensively is what really makes the Grizzlies a great defensive team. And then of course you have Jaren Jackson Jr., so they are definitely one of the best defensive duos in the league. And he can be disruptive off the ball also, and again, it really comes from him making multiple efforts and or just making great hustle plays. He takes pride on the defensive end, and it's evident when watching him play. He has the edge and competitive drive that you can't teach. But that'll be all for today's video. Let me know what defensive breakdown you want next, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing for more NBA defensive content.